about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. This crowd a few minutes ago stirred into action at the sight of their Dolphins emerging from the Hard Rock Stadium tunnels, and we are ready to go as the Dolphins get set to match up with the Cincinnati Bengals. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. From the gun, a give to Mixon. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. This defense for the Dolphins, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. Step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. Throwing is Eason. Open man, Parham. He's got him. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
First down, Cincinnati.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
After the penalty, it's Mixon. That's a gain of 6 on the first down run. Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Bengal got going a little early there. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Eason sets to throw it. And that is incomplete.
Well, when you've got a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. Want to see what they can get, taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Eason off the play fake. It's complete to Hopkins. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there that sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead him to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
From the 24, Eason. And this is caught at the 8. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Mixon. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals take it right down and score on the opening drive. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Watson off play action. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Now a play fake, and it's Watson. He'll fight his man, Laviska Shenault. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 27. A first down run, not going to get them a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. A shotgun snap for Watson. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 17-yard line. From the red zone now, Watson. This is Shenault on the receiving end. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Bengals grab it. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. And hopefully for both sides, not a sign of things to come, Charles. This morning, It was so perfect outside, but we knew this weather was coming, and we see the effects of it here early on.
And I wonder if how perfect it was this morning has psychologically fooled everyone. You know, it's almost like even though we were told the weather was coming, and you know the teams knew it as well, that maybe they got fooled and thought, it's going to be okay. And now they're probably a little upset that it's out there.
Because warm-ups were dry.
Oh, well, dry. Now you've got to make the change up, and it's the first quarter. Might take them a little time to settle in on their focus and concentration.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
2nd and 8 coming up. A handoff to Mixon. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with 3rd down and just a yard to go. Now whistles and a flag. And I believe a Bengal got going a little early there. Well, that's a tough, costly penalty because now it makes it 3rd and 6 after the false start. Here's Eason to throw. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's a give to Mixon. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Joe Mixon. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. This goes out wide for Mixon. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 55 rushing yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Eason. And this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5.
That is one heck of a catch right there. Got his eye on it the whole way and able to make the grab one-handed. Very nicely done, and for a nice chunk of yardage, too.
Here's Chase now on the jet sweep. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. They'll run here with Mixon. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
Here's McPherson now to send it away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Watson just beating the play clock. Well, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to...
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. McPherson now for the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0.
Makes the score. Bengals 17. Dolphins 0.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to keep this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game? When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
On first down, Watson. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on there. That should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And now the Bengals are going to call another timeout. That's their second, so they'll have one remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. Watson looks to throw again. Escaping the pressure right. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Got a man, it's Johnson. End zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Dolphins are able to cut into this lead. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Bengals drive about to get going. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. Mixon hit, and the ball is out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 41.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
The strong running. And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. From the gun, he'll hand this off, and he'll get it down here to the 43. First and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down, second and right at a yard. They'll try the air now with Watson. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And the Bengals are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Mixon. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. So we have reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Bengals out in front as we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
These 2 coaching staffs likely going through their final adjustments for the second half. One of these teams is going to emerge 2-0. But who will it be? To find out, let's go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Very short kick taken right at the 20. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps, but above all, play your game.
2nd and 8. Here's Watson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Logan Wilson came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Looking to throw. Watson. Flush to his right. Space to maneuver at the 40. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Pretty good job escaping the pressure. Gets him 15 yards on the scramble, but now it's 4th down. They will indeed snap it to Watson. And now Watson throws another interception. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And the Bengals are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
102 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Eason to Mixon on the check down. 2 yards on the pickup there. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get it out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Open man is Chase, complete. Room here to run. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. When you talk about Jamar Chase, one of the things that really stands out, his ability to take ordinary plays and then turn those into big ones.
Yeah, and this just looked like a simple, ordinary play to start, but boy, did things change. Once he got free, it was off to the races, and once he hit high gear, there's absolutely no one who was going to stop him.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the catch on the next-gen stats. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. From way up at the 23. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. Looking deep downfield. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Faking the give, now Watson. He's going to try and go deep again. And incomplete on the deep ball.
The scoreboard tells a story for him, a little bit bleak, and while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close, but the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. Off of play action, it's Watson. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. And right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
A little second effort there on the strong run. And then drop just inside of the 20. 2nd and 5 now. Watson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Hands it off out of the gun. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run this one in. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Dolphins are able to draw a bit closer. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengals drive about to get going. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And they got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. Throwing is Eason. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. That'll go for only 17 yards on the punt, and it'll be Dolphin football. Meanwhile, up in Buffalo, and the Titans dominant. They have added to their totals in that one. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
8 yards to go on 2nd down. Here's Watson. Flushed out right. Oh, he just needed to throw it away, but instead, out of bounds he goes, and that's a sack. It's a loss of 10 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Watson now to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Bengals grab it. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Cincinnati touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. It's a short kick taken out beyond the 20. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them, the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
Single, slot. Hey, you're on an island over there. Watch 88. Watch 88. In your face. And we're going 37 to Mike. Mike 37. Here we go, G.
Watson on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
2nd and 10.
Hey, man. Watch the boot. And we're going 37 to Mike. Mike 37. Oh, 24. Oh, yeah. And here we go. 24. Here we go again. Kill. Hey, turn it up. And we're going 37 to Mike. Mike 37.
Throwing again is Watson. Connection made with Chenault. And some room to maneuver. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the third quarter. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Watson off play action. Sliding out of the pocket. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
And we're going 37 to Mike. 39. Hey, they scared. And we're going 37 to Mike. Mike 37. Push him back.
Again, it's Watson. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 16. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Dolphins have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you'd kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. Now after the touchdown. Ready to kick it away is Sanders. Fielded just outside the goal line. The Bengals drive about to get going. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
2nd down at 4. Again, it's Mixon. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They go play action with Eason. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hopkins. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here, down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
They'll run on first down. Mixon. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Eason sets to throw it. He finds his man, complete. It's Cummings. And now the rookie's free. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And I'll tell you what a bird's eye view I've got here, because that was absolutely something else to watch. Not a lot of wiggle in that. That was catch it and go, and he used those wheels of his to absolute devastating effect.
And his maximum speed there, according to the next-gen stats, 21.9 miles per hour. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Thomas. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. On 1st and 10, Watson. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll make it 2nd down.
time, defense.
And we're going 37's to Mike. Mike 37.
Guys, it's game situation.
To throw is Watson. Trying to lay one up deep. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Dolphins on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. And this is going to be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll try and run for it. He's got the first down here inside the 30.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4. To throw on 2nd and 6, Watson. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5.
I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got it 2nd and goal as they look for a late touchdown. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Dolphins are able to cut into this lead. And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the official saw as this play will stand as is. They'll try and run it here. And he will find the end zone again. So he gets the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. And that'll cut this deficit down a little bit further. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. And this is going to be snuffed out. The Bengals recover. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Throw left side complete to Chase. Oh, some strong running. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
On first down, Mixon. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Once again, they run with Mixon. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. On 3rd down, Mixon. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And this is just outside the right upright. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. Charles, all things considered, I guess that's not a critical miss at this stage, is it?
No, but still everything helps when you're trying to finish off a ball game. And you're right, not critical in terms of the scoreboard and the team, but the guy with the golden foot, he knows he's only as good as his last kick.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Watson. He's got to complete to Waddle. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. To throw, Watson. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens in bounds.
Three down. 87's Mike. Hey, 24. Everyone, 37's the Mike. Mike 37. Switch. Everyone, 37's the Mike. Mike 37.
Watson to throw. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
It's going to be a long day. 37's the Mike. Mike 37. Come on, baby. Come on, let's go. Everyone, 37's the Mike. Mike 37. Hey, check.
Here's Watson. And that will be incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. And this one is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Now it looks like he'll throw here. This goes out wide from Mixon. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, fourth quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are right back in this football game. Two-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a two-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 23, and they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. Only needing 2 yards on second down. Now Eason. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Here's Eason to throw. Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it. And he goes out right around the 39.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
On first down, Jacob Eason. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for Cincinnati, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, they'll fall to 1-1, and they'll try again next week at home against New England.